Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Of course, this is me, Nicholas, Nicology13, and wow, this is the second video I'm ever gonna upload to YouTube. I'm very excited. One of my favorite hobbies is being a wrestling fan. I am a huge wrestling fan. I've been watching wrestling for years. I believe starting in 93, 94, around that time. But really fell in love with it during WWE's Attitude Era, which we all know that was the era of pretty much anything goes. So today, what I want to do, because WWE posted on their social medias that they are celebrating 60 years of the WWE Championship. So I thought, I want to kind of, get involved in that celebration. So what I want to do is I want to review / give you my honest opinions about one of my favorite WWE championships that WWE has ever released, and that is the WWE version 2 Undisputed Championship belt. Let's go.
All right, guys, so here we have it, the Undisputed WWE Championship. Now, this is the version 2 model. For the belt itself, they had about 4 versions, but WWE only sold 2 versions. The first version, of course, being the one that Triple H held, where the plates, especially the main plate, was a lot smaller, and the strap wasn't as wide as it is, because the strap is pretty long. Just looking at that portion there. And then they created a second version. I believe that was when Brock Lesnar held the championship, where they made the plate a little bit, like not even a little bit, it was like a lot bigger. It pretty much covered all of Brock's belly. And then when Brock lost it, I believe to Eddie Guerrero, if my memory serves me right, then they went ahead and they made the belt have the 5 plates instead of including the plate that's on the far right side. So they pretty much cut it down to this, and then I think that they made the strap a little bit smaller, just so because the superstars that held this belt, their waists were a lot smaller. And then also they had a version 4 belt where I think like the main plate was just a tad bit smaller, again, just to make it fit their smaller based superstars. But I digress here. Like I said, this belt is a very beautiful belt. One of my favorite designs that they ever came out with. And that says a lot, because WWE's title belts have had some great designs. I'm not gonna lie. The second favorite design being the Attitude Era belt. But this belt is just a work of beauty. Just like I said, I like the black on gold. It just makes this belt seem like a very viable championship belt. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the details of the belt here. Currently, right now, I'm going to start with the strap, because that's the most easiest to kind of get to. But the strap is polyurethane, which is fake leather. I believe polyurethane does have that little bit of cardboard in the strap to kind of make it hold its form there. Also, the strap's dimensions, it is 56.63 and 56.63 by 11.38 inches. So it is a very wide strap. I believe out of all the belts I do have, this is the widest strap I do have for all my replicas. Also, it does fit a 46 inch waist here, but I will state something of that nature. So the belt is wide, the belt is big. If you are under, I would say probably a 38, you're gonna have difficulties wrapping this over your waist because of the size of the belt. Not saying it's impossible, but I'm saying that I've seen a lot of people with skinnier waists have a hard time putting this belt around their waist. As beautiful as it looks around the waist, it is a very huge belt. Now the belt itself does weigh about 8.05 pounds. So it is a very heavy belt. I believe this is the second heaviest belt I do own, compared to the WWE Rated R spinner belt that I have in my collection. So now that the straps, we talked about the straps, just to get a little bit details in, the straps is very beautiful. Again, it is fake leather, but by all means, this is probably one of the best leather jobs that WWE has done with their leathering. It's very flexible, even though the plates do weigh the belt down a little bit. It is, again, very flexible, and you know, it does slop over the shoulders very beautifully. Now we're gonna go ahead and go with the plates. So with the plates, there are 6 plates on this belt. There is, of course, the very, very small one, which is on the far right-hand side. Then you have the 2 twin plates going from right to left here. You have the 2 twin plates with the WWE logos on each side. And then, of course, you have the first plate, the first main plate, or side plate, excuse me, with the insignia. And then, of course, you have the huge main plate here. All the plates are 6 millimeters thick. So I believe that this is probably the thickest that WWE has ever gone with their championships, besides of course the new United States belt. That is, I believe, is the thickest plates that they do currently have, and I think the spinner beats it just by a small margin here. So we're gonna go ahead and go with this plate here, the smaller of the 6 here. And right now this plate comes in a dimension of 2.9 by 2.9 inches. So again, the smallest of the plate, of course, you see where it says property of World Wrestling Entertainment Inc., along with their Attitude Era or Scratch logo that they had at the time when the belt was active. Then going to the left here, we do have their second side plate, which comes at a dimension of 3.38 by 3.5 inches. And of course, it just has their WWE logo, their Scratch logo, and of course 2 gems on the top and the bottom, and has that little shield symbol that's kind of encasing it. And then if you look closely here, each of these belts do have these little attention to details, like just the designs and the etching around on each plate. So it's just, again, just very, very great detail here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go to the first belt here, or the first side plate here, which comes in at, if I can get my notes ready. So the first side plate comes in at 4.25 by 4.38 inches, and of course this just has the line here with, I believe, which is the McMahon coat of arms here. And let's see if my camera can pick it up, but just look at the etching. Just look at the great etching that is on this belt here. Just magnificent here. And then of course we have the Big Papa, the creme de la creme, the main plate of this belt, which comes in at 13.75 by 10.38 inches. Again, this is the main plate. This is what is over the superstar's stomach, and this is what gives the more detail. Now, as you can see here, I do have my own nameplate, which you can get on Wrestling Superstore. I got that for my birthday, thanks to my friend Kareem, which hopefully one day I can feature him on this channel here. But just look at the designs of this belt, just magnificent. Like I said earlier, I like the black on gold from this belt. Of course, we're gonna start on the top here. You have the WWE symbol, or the WWE logo here, the Scratch logo. Then underneath there, you do have the eagle with 2 gems. Now with WWE championships, as far back as I can think, they've always had some sort of an eagle on them. And then right when they came out with the big Scratch logo championship, that's when they got rid of the eagle, if my memory serves me right. But pretty much every WWE championship that you see, it has some sort of an eagle.
And of course you have the World Wrestling Entertainment with the black globe, just amazing. Then of course you have in big with the reef there with 2 gems on each side, you have the world champion. And what I like about this belt is just, again, the details, the designs. You have the shooting Nautica stars on each side. Then of course you have the reef right there. And then just, again, just pure beauty. Couldn't get any better than this. On this belt, you do have about 6 gems. You have 2 on the top, 2 in the middle, and then 2 on the side on the bottom. So again, just magnificent. Yeah, again, this is one of the best belts I've ever had, one of the biggest belts I've ever had. And again, just letting you know that this belt is the real deal. I will say, with this one, again, it's a big belt. So if you are not a big person, which I am, then you probably won't find this belt to be very appeasing, again, just by the sheer size of it. But again, just beautiful all around. But yeah, that's, again, just looking at this belt, it's just simply amazing. And again, it's a great addition, especially if you liked the Ruthless Aggression era, to add to your collection. Totally forgot to show this off, but when you do get the belt from WWE.com, it does come in this great carrying case. Of course, in the front, you see the main plate of the belt, and it says Undisputed Championship Version 2 Replica. Great carrying case to have for all your belts. So a little bit more history with this belt here. Not a lot of people necessarily held this design here. Again, it was a very short tenured belt. But I will name off all the wrestlers that have held this version of the belt in all its glory here. So Triple H was, of course, the first one to actually be awarded this actual belt here. And then Triple H did lose it to Hulk Hogan at Backlash of 2002. And then after Hulk Hogan have held the championship for about a month or so, Undertaker won this belt at Judgment Day in 2002 here. And I'm sorry, I'm reading my notes right here. I just had to, again, go through all the history here. And then Undertaker did hold this belt for about 2 months or so, and then he lost it against The Rock at Vengeance back in 2002. And then The Rock held this belt for a month here, and he lost it to Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam of 2002 because Brock Lesnar wound up becoming King of the Ring. So this belt was on both brands. It was on Raw and SmackDown. And then when Brock won it at SummerSlam, he became exclusive to SmackDown. So this belt wound up becoming a SmackDown exclusive belt, while Raw had the World Heavyweight Championship. And I actually like how they did it because Triple H was the last person to hold the big gold belt, which the World Heavyweight Championship was based off of. He was awarded that belt. So when this version became exclusive to SmackDown, Big Show held this championship by beating Lesnar, and then Kurt Angle won this championship by beating Big Show. Then Brock Lesnar got the belt back, then Kurt Angle got it back, and then Lesnar got it back. Eddie Guerrero won it. Then John Bradshaw Layfield, or JBL, won it after that. And then the last person to hold this belt was John Cena, who of course made the redesign. So all in all, again, not a lot of people have held this design. Only about, I think, like a handful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 10 people has held this championship design. So again, not a lot of people have held this championship, but again, it was very iconic for its time. It was something different. It was something new, and it was something refreshing to kind of go through the changes of that. The torch is being passed on, because notice that Rock was I think Rock left or was leaving at around this time, and then Stone Cold Steve Austin unfortunately couldn't go on because of course he had his neck injury, and he just kind of went on. So to me, this belt actually to me represented like the new era and the new regime per se of who the new WWE championship, who the WWE champions are going to be moving forward. And then of course John Cena did his redesign, which I did not agree with at all. I hated that belt, but so all in all, again, this is my favorite belt. You know, I wish WWE could have kept this belt design a lot longer. I feel like this belt is very underrated because it wasn't a design for so long. But again, this is a fantastic belt. Even the replica to this day is magnificent. Is magnificent. You know, again, one of my favorite belts, one of the biggest belts that they do have on the shop right now. Currently right now, it is selling for $449.99. So again, WWE belts are very expensive. I always tell my friends or anyone that is ever considered to buy a belt, buy it when it's on sale. I got this belt when it was $299. So always get the belts on sale. You save a lot more money. And again, you're getting the same product. But anyway, thanks for watching my video. I really appreciate it. If you like what you see, you know, again, just come back. I do want to do a series of all the belts that I can get my hands on. I currently have 6 belts, and then I have some friends that have belts as well, and I kind of want to do a review on all the belts again that I can get my hands on. But other than that, again, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the other reviews coming soon, and I appreciate you for watching, if I didn't say that enough already.